Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dwi Nur Malasari. So today I'm going to presenting about student views about movies as American cultural diplomacy. The United States is one of the countries that realize the importance of cultural aspect in the international arena. According to Adi Joyo, the global influence of popular culture has indirectly made America great. The United States used this opportunity to increase the interest of other countries to be interested in the culture that exists in the United States of America itself. And Western culture is very different from Indonesian culture. Western culture places more emphasis on individualism, on and freedom, while Indonesia places more emphasis on leadership, harmony, and collective culture. Of course, this adds to the pros and cons of the community, the existence of the cultural globalization has made some Indonesian people influenced by American culture. This can be seen in terms of lifestyle, attitude, and behavior. This led to the emergence of views about Americanization. And thus, this study aims to find out how student views about movies as American cultural diplomacy. Will American cultural diplomacy through film have a good or bad impact, harm or not for citizens of their countries who watch it? Based on information described above, the researcher is interested in examining the following questions as a basis for research. How student views about movies as American cultural diplomacy. So this is the literature review. According to Cornago, diplomacy can be defined as the conduct of international relations through negotiation and dialogue, or in other ways to promote peaceful relations between countries. And with the film and comic Captain America, Hokuto Adijoyo investigates American cultural diplomacy. This study used a quantitative, descriptive research model based on a research process that produced descriptive data in the form of written words from the observed behavior. So based on the questionnaire, the participants have different factors in responding to movies as cultural diplomacy. Some of them mentioned that they thought this would make America's image and culture more recognizable, where the film didn't look at the age of the audience. In addition, other participants state that the film will probably bring good things for America because it is one of the ways that they find the most informative and interesting. And in addition, the culture displayed seems very varied, so that it makes some people curious and want to dig deeper into the culture that developed in America. Even some of them really want to know how life in America really is. The things that started the question and asked in this questionnaire was, did you know that movies are included in cultural diplomacy? From this question, I can tell whether they know the question or not. And I also add a few questions, one of our which is, in your opinion, why does US use movies for their cultural diplomacy? The answer from almost all participants were almost the same, namely that they turned into film as cultural diplomacy to raise the image of their nation. And here are some of their opinions. In addition to influencing the story of film fans to know more about America, many also really want to visit America because they want to visit historical place or even meet their favorite movie actors. The desire of fans to visit America is, of course, stimulated by show presented in the growing American entertainment industry in Indonesia. For example, Netflix or other viewing platform. So in this study, the drawbacks that see are that there are quite a few respondents because they only use questionnaire to find the data, and also question that do not cover as broadly what I want to get this research. And this is the conclusion. This study explains students' views on U.S. cultural diplomacy itself. Most of the students said that movies as U.S. cultural diplomacy had a big influence among them. So this is a sign of the success of the American government in carrying out soft diplomacy, where to change cultural content into commodities that can support the country's economy and the image of the country. And my hope for future research is to reach more participants who fill in the data so that the respondents' data that we hope can be fulfilled as a whole and can also be more detailed about this research. From the many participants, we can reach some more specific question, and the answer are certainly wider, especially talking the theme based on opinion from the audience. Thank you for your attention. Sorry if any mistake on my presentation today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.